Hello, it's Jang here with a look at the LEGO Friends Livi's Pop Star house. To be honest with you, this is a little bit smaller than I expected it to be from the box, but it's much nicer. It's more complete looking, more complete feeling, and more detailed, with a nicer build really all through and through than I ever expected. The house has a pretty large pool on the side, and the medium azure color is what they call it, is used to represent the actual surface of the water, so you don't have to pretend water is in there. And they have a nice little deck off to the side, just an example of little things that are done that really weren't necessary, but I appreciate the fact that there's multiple steps there. They didn't just put it directly on the ground. Nice little table off to the side, nice little area for the dog, and the little stones that create a little bit of a pathway to the front are nice. And there are a lot of flowers there too. Just a lot of this stuff is more than I feel it needed to have, and I really appreciate that. It's more in a good way. Also, all these transparent bricks used on the back for this walkway up to the second floor it's all really nice. And again, unexpected, especially when you have a little bit of light coming from behind there, so you can really see how it shines through. It's nice. Also has the little lights on the sides, which kind of represents night lights, I would think, like path lights at night. And here's how that looks from the back, so it still looks good. Let's check out the main house though. You can see on the outside it has the balcony up here, which is a pretty nice little area. Mostly fits one figure. You can kind of get two figures to fit in there if you take out the plant, but it's mostly for one. The house itself actually has a sliding glass door on the bottom floor down here that opens up pretty nicely. Another plant, like a kind of a palm, a small palm off to the side. Not the best looking one, but not too bad. And there's also room up on the roof, so you could actually put figures up here if you want to have a little bit of a miniature roof party. Nothing else really up there other than the plant, but you can kind of supply some stuff yourself with your imagination. But the best stuff in this house is the stuff inside of the house, which again has a really nice level of detail. These are just stickers that are used for the kind of duvet cover there on the main bed. The bed is a pretty nice design. It's a little wider than normal. It's more than 4 studs wide, so I like how they got just kind of a little bit of striping off on the edges. Almost looks like it might have sheets under there. Probably my favorite single element or assembly in this whole thing is what they've done here for this closet. I just haven't seen LEGO do this sort of design before. It is a little bit of a shame that it's a little bit opened on the sides here, but I like that you can open it like this and get inside, and it actually has a hanger, and that's actually a skirt piece that can be used with any of the mini dolls. There's a set of roller skates there that can be placed on the figure's feet, and this is supposed to be a box that represents, having shoes inside of there, but it's just Lego elements, so you can't actually open that up and get at any shoes, unfortunately. Notice the nice guitar up above. It's almost hidden, but it's attached up to the wall. You can use that, of course. Let me close this up. Got the vanity over on this side, which for its size has as much stuff as they could possibly put in there. And just behind, you can see there's a TV screen that's kind of suspended up above. And this is actually something that can be flipped around, because you can turn it around so you can look at what's going on outside, because there's a security camera outside, so you can make sure everybody's being safe at the pool, and also if the dog is outside, you can keep track of it. Continuing on around this top floor, this is the attached bathroom. It's kind of like the master bedroom bathroom that's kind of built into it together. That's just a sticker right there. This is the main shower head up above, and this is all the drain. So that's not able to close up very much, but it's just really tough to get in so much stuff into such a small space. The sink, I think, looks really nice with the kind of glass basin look there, and it's a little bit of bar soap there as well. And this is the toilet with gold elements on it. Looks extra deluxe. To get a good look at the first floor, they actually let you remove the entire upper floor pretty easily and simply. You can also remove just the roof area, but that doesn't give you too much more additional access to the level here. It just makes it a little bit easier to get to the guitar. Now on the first floor, this is kind of the lounge area back here, and they have a really nice glass framed fireplace there, and there's also a TV, just a smaller one. It's mostly for looking at from the kitchen, because they don't have a proper full living room setup here, because again, there's just not enough space, but it's a pretty nice corner unit. I also like how they've done this lamp here. I think that's a new design for Lego to use that particular combination of parts with the whip piece that's in black, and this is a relatively new gold piece here. Just goes together really nicely. A little magazine or newspaper on the side. Got the gold plaque, you know, for a golden record that sold well. It's up on the wall. And then this is kind of a kitchenette area over here with the wonderful, wonderful sushi pieces. They actually have 3 of those pieces included in the set. One is an extra, but those are just fantastic little printed pieces. And this is kind of supposed to be an oven here. You see a cupcake is in there, and you also get these drawers that can be opened up, and there are some additional utensils. It's the usual set of utensils that they've offered for quite some time with these Friends sets. And then over on the other side, I guess maybe it's not so much a kitchenette as a full kitchen, huh? Because there is a lot of space that's taken up by it. Another sink with a similar glass basin down below. Some little bit of storage space with the little cabinet down below, a croissant over here, and then this is the refrigerator. So let me just move this pan out of the way. You can see there's a popsicle in the freezer section up above, and then down here, this has in it a carrot and an apple. And then some other little stuff on the top. All of this, I think, looks really nice. I like the variety of colors. It does get a little bit difficult to kind of manage some of those small accessories sometimes, just because they are so small, but all of this just as a display piece looks really good. Yeah, and it's built well too. Here's a look at the space with a couple of figures in there. I wanted to leave those out at first so you could really focus on the stuff around there, but this gives you a little bit better idea of the scale of it all. So you can bring a figure around to the side and pose them up pretty closely, but for sitting down to eat, it's best to, I think, take these small stools. You can take these small individual stud piece off the bottom, which makes them more stable just on flat ground, and then you can take these out because they were before they were behind the counter, but you bring them out, makes it a lot easier to get access to them, and then you can kind of spread things out, open up the space a bit, and then your figures can sit on them with a little bit more comfort. And by now I know you've seen this side kind of hinging around from time to time throughout the video. This is how that works. It all closes up like so, which gives you much less room on the inside, but just really changes the shape of the whole place. So now it's really, you know, you have a proper front to the place, kind of makes it narrower. It fits into a smaller space if you want to have a larger layout and bring more sets together. And then just turning around to the other side, you see how now the pool is really properly in the back. And the staircase still pretty much works the same, where it still gives you access up to the second floor. The 2 mini dolls in the set are Livi and her friend and band member Andrea. And both of these have skirts on right now. You saw the 3rd skirt already in the closet on the 2nd floor, but I especially like the one that Livi has on right now because that contrast, I mean, first of all, the purple goes with her outfit directly, but also the contrast with that gold. The gold is so shiny and so metallic. It's pretty nice print, and yet it's still pretty flexible. But then Andrea has what looks like sequins, like miniature sequins as the effect there. And you see just how much color is reflected with all those little iridescent spots on there. It's actually pretty shiny, pretty nice. And both of these also have an accessory attached to their hair in the form of one of these transparent sunglass sets, which you can't really put on their faces, but they do look pretty good up here, and you do get an extra of each of those colors in this set. And I think those are nice, and they offer a good option rather than just the normal bows. Last but not least, we can't forget Cookie the dog. And since I did mention that there are some spare accessories in the set, I'm just going to go ahead and use one of those right now. I feel like this is an appropriate time to do something like that. Yeah, that looks good. So like I said at the beginning, this is definitely smaller than I expected it to be, but the level of detail really makes up for it. I think if they had made this larger and with less stuff inside, so it still would have been the same price, but just giving you a bigger structure, I wouldn't have liked it as much. I really appreciate all the small stuff, and I think that a lot of folks who would want this set will appreciate having all those little things. And there's still enough room to pose figures around in most of the important places. Just gets a little bit cramped a little bit towards the walls, especially towards the front of the house on the inside. Thank you for watching this review, and please do share your thoughts, what you think about the set, by leaving a comment on the video down below. Talk to you again soon.